I just thought I'd do one more and then I'll cut it quits for today because I'm really not feeling good. I thought I'd talk about something a bit more in detail about my life this time and like how I ended up this way. My dad doesn't really understand autism and he doesn't really care to try and understand it. And so me and him had a lot of fights and arguments in our lives between each other, and most of the time I ended up getting hurt in the process and whatever. And there's times as I got older in school, because of being hit on a lot at school as well for my age, he had told me that if anybody, even himself, hurt me, that I had the right to use violence to defend myself. And I listened to that over the years because my dad can be pretty violent, and some days I have to protect myself or feel like I have to, whether he understands it or not. So I ended up here because my dad physically assaulted me over a dumb dog argument, which could have been resolved if he had peacefully stopped getting mad at me and just talked to me in a calm voice. But he was not doing that. He was yelling at me, he was cussing me out, and trying to hit me. So, anyways, yeah. And, whatever. So, anyways. And, I ended up punching him back in response because of what he told me in my past. And I accidentally ended up actually hitting him, and I guess it hurt more than I thought it would. And next thing I know, he's pounding me to the ground. And I'm trying not to get hit by his hands. So anyways, there's that. And then, whatever. And I know that my dad understands things or interprets things differently than, other people. But it's not my fault. It's how he was raised, and he needs to change his ways a bit so he can get along with his 3 daughters, especially his youngest daughter. Because I have been wanting to try and talk to him for a long time in my life, more often, but he just seems to not be there or connect to me when I'm trying to talk to him. And he doesn't take my life seriously some days. Some days I have to catch him on a really, really good day for him to be able to talk to me or squat. Like when he's really, really calm. Anyway, so there's that. And the reason why it's so hard for me to hold my phone right now is because when I was 6, I had a 50-year-old blonde teacher hurt me in my life, and she ended up pulling me with her thumbs pressed into my hand, into the bottom part of my wrist, which put a lot of pressure into my arm, and it made it difficult for me to hold my hands up for 4 to 5 years of my life. And the first person I ever fell in love with, I don't really love him anymore now in a way, but I did at one point. Most of my love songs ended up popping up because I fell in love with him in my life. I'm actually the one who sang 1,000 Words on Final Fantasy, and it's kind of funny how I ended up singing that song and how it ended up happening to run into YouTube and stuff. It's a funny story because I remember it so well. My dad was going to Kuwait and Iraq, and I was about to be baptized into my church pretty soon. My dad was leaving, so somebody else was going to give me my baptism. And I had wanted to express this regret that Heavenly Father had told me in my head that I should have trusted holding Zach's hand more instead of just ignoring it and whatever that meant. And over the years, I did trust Hildy's hand a lot until after he broke my heart. He called me unexpectedly and requested me to stop being his friend. And I knew that didn't sound like him. Somebody had forced him to do that, and I didn't appreciate hearing that from him because I thought that maybe in the future we could be more than just friends, but whatever. And because I'm smart, okay? I know how to be polite with boys and be polite with girls at a young age. I'm not stupid. Gender equality, gender difference kind of thing. But I was still falling in love with him, I was liking him and all that over the years. And now Heavenly Father just told me to move on from him and find somebody else. I'm finding it very difficult to do, but I'm going to have to do because now he's married to somebody else, and he obviously has a very poor taste in women, in my opinion, and so he probably doesn't have a very good value in life with me, and that's probably why he lost interest in me in the first place. He doesn't like my standards in my life and whatever else. I honestly had no idea. Anyways, God bless and safe travels.